Hello everybody, it's SuffolkBlue, all the way from merry old England. How the devil are you? I hope you are well. Welcome back to New Seattle. If you remember last time I had many problems with ControlNet. Well, I managed to work out what on earth I was doing wrong. This isn't the amount that it's producing, it's the amount it could produce, and it produces depending upon the numbers of low, medium and high wealth workers you're producing. Now that I'm producing a lot more, you can see that I'm now producing 8,880, not 10,000. And if we have a look over here, you can see that I had to put some more sewage in because I obviously wasn't making the control net necessary to be able to do it all using the sewage sanitizer. So now if we have a look at control net and we have a look here, we can see that I'm producing an excess of 2,430, which is enough if I wanted to increase by one of these, I think, or two of these even, give or take, I think. So we're going to do that. We're going to start building out, and that will be fine. That's got plenty of control net, 6,400. That's going to be able to produce more. And if we go back to here, you'll see this little handy dandy dial has now come down to say that we've got 1,180 in capacity. This is still researching, it's now at 73%, but we were able to finish our research project at the university. So here we are now, look, with our new really different concentrated solar arrays, which are producing 37.5 megawatts during peak hours as opposed to just 12. They cost 3 times as much, 12, 24, 36, so they're about, I don't know whether they're more or the same, but they're actually smaller than the actual full-scale panels that we've got here. Now, at the moment, this is producing, it's producing peak hours 474.3 megawatts. I think we can knock down some of these now and replace them at the bottom here with, I think, some of these. In fact, I'm going to put 2 more in down here. And then I'm going to take out, just to level off some of the cost, here, and here. And we begin to just pull back. So that gives us a lot more space at the top here to expand the university and do different things with. But yeah, so we're sort of moving away from our previous... we can't put any at the bottom there because it simply isn't big enough. But we can, of course, build outwards, which I think we're probably going to do. We're not going to do it all at once, though. We're going to change them over very gradually. We're almost at 6 PM. Now, I've also managed to sort my trade out a little bit. I had an awful lot of problems last episode, if you remember. And essentially what I wasn't doing, I had opened up this trade station over here, if you remember, when I also put a processor thing in. The trouble is, though, was that I wasn't exporting. Every time you open up a new trade center, you must remember to set your exports. I didn't do that, so I had processors sitting here to be sold that weren't getting sold, which was then leading me to have a shortfall. I've increased my capacity to produce. I'm now producing 9,600 crates a day. So we're not quite at that million mark, or 1.5 million mark that we need to be to do that. In fact, if I was to do that, I would need to build another processing plant, I think, which I'm sort of sitting here thinking, is that what I really want to do? Probably I'm going to have to if I want to meet these goals, and if I want to end up becoming a sort of technological giant. We're likely to have to move this to do so, though, which isn't a massive issue in my head, because I'm likely to think that I could probably put it somewhere in here. And literally just pick it up and dump it down again somewhere else, so that I can fit in another processing up here. And if we look at the electrics, here it is. The actual size of one of these would fit in here as well, and that would help us again to increase our capacity. So I think that's what we're going to have to do. So I'm going to knock you down. I'll do it. That's good. And then let's straight away look at producing and putting it in over here. In a place which isn't necessarily going to cause a maximum amount of damage, but is going to allow us to get what we want out of this. They're quite small, really. And we could put some plants and bushes down the side, maybe. Yeah, okay. Boom. So there we go, we've now moved that into a place which is a little better for us, in my opinion. The F-Tech headquarters is near the main government buildings, which is pretty good considering that it is our sort of main export, if you like. I can just also put in, whilst I'm sitting here, I think we might be able to put in a little park or something, just to fill up this space. We can't, I don't know whether this has got any signs that we could use. I hadn't thought of that. It's got Electronics HQ sign, which I think is pretty cool. and it can sort of go at the front here, so I'm going to put that in there, which is fine. Don't need to put anything else at the moment. Let's put in something nice down here, maybe. Yeah, boom. There we go. Just to add a bit of extra colour to that side, just to fill it in near the town. So there we go. We did eventually, as I always said I was going to do, I've moved this along. Idealistic nerds, no other business bigwigs. Okay. So they're in place, out of the way. We then come back up here, and we have to look at this and say, okay, what do we want to put in up here? Well, we do want to put in another chip processing factory, which is this one. We can really push that right up against this one, I think. And we'll just get that in for a second and let that settle down. We don't want to overstretch ourselves at this point. But this will allow us to create a further, I don't quite know how many, 2,000 crates a day, maybe? I don't know what one of these creates, but let's zoom this in and get it started up, get it kicking off. You can see that we've got processors in the port over here waiting to be picked up. Don't know whether we've got any over here. We don't at the moment, which that's clear. So this is now kicking off. Just collecting its necessary bits and bobs. And then once this has got all the stuff it needs, it should be processing. And then we can see just how much money how many processors we're actually going to be able to get from here. Up goes the plastic to somewhere, hopefully to the main. Come on, drop it off. So the plastic has come into here. Alloy is what's missing at the moment. We have got alloy in here. So these are both now working. This was producing 1,200 crates a day. This is producing 8,400 at the moment, although it should be producing 9,600. I think at some point once it's got the full amount in. I'm just going to look at. We've got processors in here to be sold, haven't we? Yeah, we have. So this is almost ready for another 1,000 units. There we go. So hopefully that will be taken out and dumped somewhere. Good, we've sold that one. So I'm now going to upgrade this one as well to include 1, 2. I can't increase it any further because there simply isn't the space. But I don't think I need to increase it any further than that, really. It should be adequate. I hope. But these should now be, and we are importing. Oh, look at the money situation just dropped. Didn't look at that before I did it. That's my own fault. Really could do with a truck to come and buy these. Really could. Or a boat. Otherwise I'm going to need to get a loan out next hour. Okay. See whether anything comes to pick up these processors. Anything? Anyone going to come and buy these processors? Hopefully. Oh, I'm going to have to take out a loan again. Yeah, okay. Close, but no cigar. You have to try and get this timing exactly right when you want to do these things. Otherwise it just goes really. And here comes the lorry, just at the wrong moment. There we go, 125,000. We're going to leave that running for now. So this has got over 1,000. This has got nearly 1,000. So you can see we're starting to sell, considerably more processors than we have been before. And that's what we wanted to achieve, is to sell lots and lots and lots of electrical processors. And again, this is ready for another 1,000. This is halfway there. But we are going to have to make sure that we've got plenty of resources coming in. So plenty of trade in for alloy and plastic to keep these fed. That's what we're trying to do essentially. Another set of processors, more plastics arrived. I think I'm going to upgrade whilst I'm sitting here. I'm going to put these trucks in for these because, and I'm going to do the same with this one over here in a second. Shut that down. Just to make sure that they have got the sort of maximum, the maximum pick up and drop that they can have. They're not that expensive, so it's not a big thing. This needs to have its sign put in place, of course, as it's just expanded. I'm going to put it there. It's fine. So those two are in place. Hopefully, another 300. You see, we've just suddenly shot up. I'm going to sell back that bond, just because we don't really need it there, so let's get rid of it. There we go. So we're bond free at 250,000. And my hope, as I say, is that these are producing 9006, this is producing 7002, and we really should have processes going in and out of this pretty quickly. We've even got processes over here at the train depot, so we should be getting sort of nearly double our money from doing what we've just done. I haven't seen a train come in and pick any up yet. I've only ever seen trucks come. I don't know why this train depot is working, as far as I'm aware, and it should be possible for a train to come and collect, but already look, 500,000, almost, give or take. And that went by truck again. How many processes have we got? None in there. But I think if we can maintain that, we should be pretty good. I don't know what our trading options were. Let's come over here and have a look. But you can see already we're pushing up towards that 1.5 million. On a full day's trade, we might be close to it. Put it that way. Don't know how close, but we might be close to it. The main thing, of course, is to keep up our recycling. So we don't need to do any more criminals. We did that particular task, has been done. Our sewage seems to be okay. We probably need to go back to our city. Oh, 1,206,000 last month. Education apparently is a problem. Can't find skilled workers. Build more schools, apparently. Build more schools. Public libraries. We've only got one public library in town at the moment. We might want another one over here, maybe near the... over here near the high school. Let's put that in. Let's put a public library in. We could put in another high school, although I think we could actually expand our existing high school a little bit more. How many students? 486. Yeah, let's put another classroom on top. Expand that a little bit further. There we go. There's the high school been expanded out. Who are you? Not really keeping up with the crime in this city. No thanks, not right now. Excellent, there's another boat going off. So we're at 500,000 already, so there we go. I think we've sorted that out. We must keep an eye on what we're spending though, it's really important, otherwise we do end up causing ourselves all sort of problems. Let's have a look at our abandoned buildings, that's a really good idea. That needs to go, because it's in the way. Where's the other one? Which one? You two? It's a shame, but they do need to be kept an eye on. Look at these buildings. Wow! What is that? Oh, let's not delete it. What am I looking at? So this is the Empire. It's residential, high wealth, and it's now in its sort of super moment. I mean, that's an incredible building, isn't it? Academy is almost at full, so we've now almost got our 10,000. Upgrade available, did it say? Upgrade available. Let's do it. Oh, Academy upgrade. There we go. We've upgraded the Academy on that side, and I can now add either a quantum science annex. Researchers are excited to explore quantum uncertainty and extend their research into quantum science. Quantum scientists at this annex enable new research projects and research faster. We can do plasma physics, expand the plasma research into the most exciting state-of-the-art mass of plasma physics. Okay. And we've got nanoscale. Prove that large things can have small beginnings. Expand that. I don't really know at the moment which our researchers we need to have. We need a quantum to do these ones anyway. Waste reduction, quantum, nanoscale, fusion, nuclear reactor, Mark II air scrubber. That needs plasma. I like the idea of the waste reduction, but that needs quantum. So let's go with, I think, a quantum. And do I have to build these separately? You do. So they have to be built then. Oh, it's a shame that they can't be built on top of that, because I didn't really want to knock down anything else. That is a bit annoying, that is. I really want to knock down an enormous amount of stuff to do this. Obviously there's some houses out here. These little tiny ones maybe we could knock down. There we go, we'll do that then. And our control net excess now is 2003. 4008, that's what I was looking for. Wow. Good, so we've expanded that, our quantum. No expansions to our mayor's house as yet. and our population is sort of floating around at the right sorts of level. Just checking, we've got everything there. We've got plenty of stock in there as well. Quantum Science Annex in New Suffolk. Let's start a new research maybe over here. Research complete for solar array. We've got the Great Farm Solar Work. I don't want to do that one. Vertical turbine needs a School of Engineering. We could do a General 2 thermoreactor for a nuclear power plant, but we're not actually going to do that. I don't think anyway. Clean oil, surgical centre, detective wing, space centre. So maybe we build a house of engineering on here then. Perhaps that's what we look at building next. Let's do this. So apparently in order to get this one we have more universities attended per class per day to reach your next threshold. Have more university students attend. How many have we got at the moment? Students in class. We need to do another expansion. Out of 2,000 students we need a day. I don't quite know how you increase that. I'm assuming you increase it just by having more kids in school and doing all that sort of thing. So we'll leave that going for now anyway. We've got the main one, what we wanted, which was over here. Let's have a look at our power, by the way. 500, yeah, we are definitely producing a lot more than we probably need. Because remember, we have got the solar amplifier over here as well. I'm going to knock down some more. Oops, not all of them. Good heavens above, that would have been a disaster. I'm going to knock down some more of these ones, I think. Edit. I'm going to knock down these ones closer. So I can go 1, 2, 3. And then I want to build in, these are 40, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that, which still gives us a whopping excess, I think. Just let those catch up. And then we can really start looking at using some of this more for residential to increase that residential demand that we know we have. But certainly it's looking really quite city-like now, isn't it? Properly got a proper city shape to it. Let's have a look at our academy. We can now research, by the way. We may as well start doing that. We've got a waste reduction. We've got control net facilities. Plop this city in a transmit control net. I'm going to do this now because I think it's good to get that on the go. But we are looking at pretty good 1250, so we've got plenty of control net coming on. That's good news. How are we doing? I'm really interested about our electronics because I really want to try and upgrade this. So I don't quite know how much we're making at the moment. It'll be interesting to see. 750. Well, they've all certainly fully stocked, at least. That's one thing we can say for certain. We've got some more processors in here. I don't know why there's no trains, though. I do find that strange. I've never seen a cargo train come in. Perhaps I'm just unlucky. Perhaps I keep missing them. Maybe that's what's happening. In any case, the recycling, let's have a look at that as well. That seems to be going quite well. Let's look at garbage. Yeah, we're recycling over 5,000 a day. I mean, that's just an incredible amount, isn't it? An incredible amount. I'm going to increase, I think here, 5, 6, control net. How much have I got available now? I wish I could tell you how much control net you had available without having to keep coming over here, though. 3,500 apparently. We'll let that get that settled and sorted. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start to close down this one. So, of 131, let's come in here. Okay, so how much control net now? Fully transmitting, but how much control net have we got free? 3,500, so I can add in another one, and I'm going to... Actually, how much does that take in total? 7. So let's take another one of these. 6, 7, 8. And now I'm going to try and delete you. So all sewage now is going to go through, hopefully, our sanitizer, and by doing that we get water from this at the same time, no ground pollution whatsoever. It's going to be really interesting to see how this copes. 131 gallons at the moment. It's got all the control net it needs at least, and it's going to be generating energy at the same time. terms of upgrades, we're at limit reach now, so we can't do any more. So we'll see how that gets on. We know at least, though, that it has got everything it needs. We are generating enough control net. 131 gallons. I don't know what my deficit is. We are producing 137. Our capacity is 131. So we are short. So we probably are going to have to put in some form of additional sewage. I'd love to put in another one of these, but I don't know if I've got enough. There we go. Well, we'll put it in. Now let's go and see how much control net we have. Yeah, we're 450 short now. Although, I'm quite surprised that we've got a problem here with medium and low wealth workers. I do think that's a bit strange, because I wasn't expecting that to be a problem at all. Control net needed 1,450. We're only at 3% research for control net facility itself. Boosted by 25. Well, we'll see. I mean, if necessary, I'll have to go back. I might have to... I'd rather not have to go back, but you know, sometimes you just have to. Money situation seems to be okay, though, which is pretty good. And our processing chips, obviously, are keeping us well afloat. So we can play around a little bit with that. What's that? I hope they don't expect me to go to work at an academy. I don't work at a shop. So posh. In any case, sewage... might get backed up. Oh, hold on. 115 of 210 gallons per flow. We now have an excess. Oh, I don't know now. See, it's really difficult to know. 100. Oh, yeah, it's 200. So I shouldn't need you. Really shouldn't need you. Because you should have 210 in total here, which is less than the total ever produced, which is 100. Look, pump capacity is 267. Let's get that so it gets itself sorted out. Pump capacity 267, needed 125. There should be plenty of capacity in this system for the production of for the handling of sewage. Now that we've got full control net anyway. 142, 148, and if we look at sewage, 80.3. Yeah, I think that should be fine. No ground pollution, this is the key. We certainly look like we're handling all the necessary sewage anyway, without that additional one. So maybe that was just a little blip whilst we were getting ourselves in position. But certainly that looks to me as if it's handling it well, and it's producing water. So, you know, we've got a well in excess of plenty of water, so we can pump water out. It's clean water. Oh, there's a train! Finally, I saw a train pick up some stuff. There we go. Just caught that out of the corner of my eye. Excellent news. Well, I'm pleased about that. That sort of sorted out our sewage issue, and it's a clean sewage solution, which is exactly what we wanted. I can upgrade our electronics HQ. I want to do that. Boom. I can now do an upgrade. I bet I can purchase an upgrade. The trouble is, of course, is that this will be another building. Consumer electronics. Put your processors to practical use. The Consumer Electronics Division wants processors in consumers' homes inside of TVs and computers. Or what are all these processors if you don't get them to market? The Commerce Division seeks to solve this problem. Local access granted to trade ports so we can sell more of those. If I was to buy this, I've got to, again, knock something down in order to put it in place. I don't like this whole, you know, extra space needed to do things. It's sort of really annoying because you end up with your whole city just being taken over by this, and I'm assuming it's got to go near to the electronics division, so I'm going to put it behind it. It's frustrating, but there we go. Yeah, and if we look at this, we can upgrade this. We can't. One of those, that isn't approved yet. We need to sell a lot more if we're going to do anything at all. Now, I don't know whether that's unopened or unlocked something with our processors over here, but I don't think so. We might have to build brand new plants, maybe. If we go to our city specialization and have a look at electronics, that's what it's opened. Is the consumer electronics factory, I believe. Take your very useful tech processors and put them in TVs. And again, you see, it's another enormous building. Although, it does sort of sit in here. Ooh-wee. It does sort of sit in here. I wonder, though, whether I can put it... Because obviously what I can't do is expand it, if you notice. I've got nowhere big enough to put all the expansions on. What I could look at doing, maybe, is taking out that back road and looking at putting it in here somewhere. You know, maybe next door to the railway station. And maybe I could sell, I don't know if it's possible to do so, but to sell the televisions via the train network, maybe, as opposed to selling them by the port, because we're making loads of processors over here, but I haven't got the space to put them anywhere. But we are making a ton of cash, which is awesome. I would really love to be able to put them over here, actually. I wonder if... The trouble is, our back road here is also used by our recycling plant, so I can't knock those roads down. But much like these ones, I wonder if I can build outwards, sidewards. So actually maybe putting them up here, maybe I can build sidewards. It's in place. And this takes processors, alloy, and plastic. Now I wonder how much televisions are to sell. I can't buy any of those. I'm going to create the... Is this making televisions? TVs produced, yes. So it's definitely producing televisions. So if I come over here to this trade port, manage... oh no, not manage, I need to edit it first. To build, or to put in, if I can, a television TV storage lot here. Now that can go into here, so that's got the space for that. So if they do produce any, we can put them somewhere at least. Now I need to see just how much demand we can actually get in, as in how much, because the process is, if we're selling them all, I wonder if these ones I can now turn into local deliveries of plastic on, local deliveries on. What I can't do, processors. So what I think I'm going to do is the processor over here I'm going to turn off. So manage global, processors, use locally. That means any processors that come to here will not be sold, and instead hopefully will be picked up by my friends over here to turn them. So that's a TV assembly line, that's a computer assembly line, that's a delivery truck. I'm going to put all of our delivery trucks in just to make sure they can actually get them all. Just the 3, that's fine. Okay, whatever. And have we got a place that I can put in the sign? I like the idea of the sign going over there. So all our delivery trucks are in. The next thing it's got to do is it's got to hire some workers. And then, can I go sideways with any of my updates? Yeah, I can. So this at the moment is doing televisions. We also have a computer one if we wanted it. Although at the moment, let's just focus on trying to get it working. And then we can look at selling stuff. Processors going in here for sale. Any processor that goes in here will be exported. That will hopefully keep our money ticking over. Whereas any processor here, for example, that ain't going anywhere. So at some point, it might do this time round, but as far as I'm aware, it's local deliveries of processors on. Manage global. I'm going to go to televisions and export 158,000. So that's pretty good, actually. So that's open for trade if we make any. Here we go. What's he going to say? We have all this plastic. Oh, let's expand our consumer electronics factory so we can start selling computers. Not right now. Let's stick to what we've got. So he hasn't got any plastic or anything yet. It's still hiring workers. And then it needs to come and collect itself some plastic. I'm trying to see where its stores are so I can see how much it's got in it, but I can't see it doing anything yet. Still only hiring. Maybe it's going to not work until tomorrow. I'm going to update this road, I think, the back here. So let's do that while we've got the cash and while we've got the effort and time. Roads, upgrade, medium, high, medium, high. And that goes all the way along, does it? Good gracious. Yeah, it does. medium, high, medium, high. There we go. So they're all high now, or medium and high. So where's its plastic? Has it got anything yet? Okay, it hasn't. So it's still hiring. Apparently it needs workers. But it's in. That's the main thing. Look at this. Whoa! Multi-transnational corp. We're making lots of profit. It looks a bit like the sort of Shard in London, only sort of a slightly more taller and squarier building. Squarier? That word? Don't know, just made it up. This one is the gratuity, which is doing reasonably well. Proper impressive buildings, though, aren't they? Good capital city looking buildings, I like that. Power wise, I want to have a look at that again. 128.4. I'm not going to delete anything else at the moment. They're making what we needed to do, which is good. In terms of water for you guys, you're making tons of water. Sewage wise, we're doing all we can and all we need to do, which is good. So we'll let that keep going for now. Well, that's a hotel. Excellent. Very good, very good, very good. Still hiring. Boats coming in, taking away some processors. We've got 2,000 sets of processors here now. I don't want all my processors to come to here. I wonder if I can set that somehow to not, you know, take too many. Is there a way of being able to control? I don't think there is. I don't mind it having lots of them, but it does worry me that this isn't working yet. No press. What do you mean no processors? There's tons of processors. Go and get them. They're all the way up. They're up here. Look. It's an easy road to go up and get them as well, so that's not going to be a big problem for them. I just hope that we don't put all our processors in one place. You know what I mean? Good. So what have we got in here now? We've got a little bit of everything, and the televisions are rolling off the plant. Look. So we've. Let me just see. Where did you get them processors from? You didn't get them from here. So where did you get them processors from? Did you take them straight from here, or did you take them from here? I think what I'm going to do is that these ones, for these processors, we're turning those off. So local deliveries cannot be taken from here, I think that means. I hope, we'll have to keep an eye on that, but I'm hoping that means that any processors that go in here will be sold. They won't ever come to here. And if he wants processors, he's going to have to go and get them from up there. I think I'm going to increase our production of televisions by doing that. Too far from main building. Yeah, you see, this is going to be a problem. Whereas these ones can go all the way along, obviously these ones cannot. Too far from main building. So, well, we've doubled it anyway, at least. I think that's the maximum you were ever going to be able to do. And we'll start selling those as well. Those, of course, they will be sold at the railway yard, not anywhere else. Now, 3,000 in here. So, he's got plenty of processors to be working on, and he can't take processors from here. These have to be sold. I want to keep a really close eye on this. Because I don't want to end up not having any processors go in here, because otherwise we are going to be bankrupt really, really quickly. 900, 950, 1,000. Now there is only one place they can go, so we'll have to see now if they go. 5,000 processors. Why are there so many processors coming in here? Oh, televisions have arrived. So we will now be selling some televisions, either by train or by some other means. And then that will be our first sale, which is really good news. I just wish that we weren't having quite so many processors coming to here. There's the train coming in. Off it goes. 6,000 processors now. All our processors seem to be going there. That's really worrying. Delivered 1,000 crates of processors today. Control net facility approved. Excellent. We can increase control net maybe. How do I get a control net though? How does one build a control net? Upgrade. Not approved. Limit reached. So you don't build it from there. I wonder if you build it from here, from the academy section. You do. So this is a control net facility. Raises high wealth land value. Doesn't really tell me where you put it. Oh, you put it here. Okay. So this boosts control net. I'm going to put it over here then. And I think workers work here to boost it. Yeah, absolutely. So as many workers as possible will now be able to come over here to work, boosting the amount of extra control net power that we have. I just really worried about that not working. Although I assume if this becomes full, which it almost is, I mean there's 800,000 simoleons worth of processors in there, which is a heck of a lot of processors. If that becomes full, they're going to have to come here because there isn't anywhere else for them to go. So he's going to have to. I mean, he's already storing nearly 2,000. So any that come out of here very soon are going to have to come in here, I think, unless that local delivery means that they can't. That's now full of processors. He's got full processors. So I want to see if anything comes in here. This is already overdue for a processor delivery. I'm going to turn that back on again and see what it does. I don't think it matters because whatever they were doing, they're originally always filling up this particular area first. But that's got over 1 million simoleons worth, and look, we're just filling up in here now. So we are going to be making a huge amount of profit. I wonder whether you can fit how many. Look at this, 3,000. I wonder how many they can take at a time. Oops, there goes one. A boat coming in would take some as well, I suppose. Dropping off some alloy. Another load of processor shipments go out. Yeah. So you have to have that little box ticked. Here comes a boat. That'll take some more. Off it goes. 900,000. So any extra, any overflow is going to end up going in there, and this one is full, so it'll take it from there, I hope. If that stays full for very long, I'm going to have to look at that and see whether that was a good idea. But I think from a money point of view, we certainly seem to have got that sussed. If I have a look at our trade with our electronics division over here, yeah, we're trading pretty heavily, working. And if we look at our money wise, yeah, we're making, our trade is just immense, isn't it? And that's the only reason we're able to maintain the city the way we are, is not through taxation now, but through trade. But it looks astonishing. I love that view. I'm going to take a screeny, because I think that looks pretty. We have got some abandoned buildings. We need to go around and sort these out. There's 1, 2, and 3. Let's get rid of those to help everybody else. Over 1 million simoleons transacted yesterday in the terms of money. I just think that's fantastic. That's a good working process. It's reasonably clean as well. Would you like to learn how to build a great works? No thanks, not right now. And let's just check control net as well. We've got over 1 million now, but I want to check control net to see how much capacity we have. We don't actually have that much capacity. Let's come over here. How much do you have over here then? Making 1,025. No high wealth over here. Just the low to mediums. And you guys have the majority of it over here though. Boosted by 25%, but no low wealth. Well, it's not too bad. I think we're getting there. I think we're going to call this an episode. So today was really more about understanding how ControlNet works. Now that I know how it works, how are we getting on with the whole trade? We need a research project, waste reduction. Let's go straight in with that. I can't start another research. I need more students, really. But that's not the main aim at the moment. We're on over a million of simoleons in our. But look at the size of these as well. Enormous factories producing stuff. It's a proper capital city forming here, which is great because one of these episodes coming up soon, we're going to branch out. We're going to go onto another area and begin to build a sister city. We've got one city that I want to build which is more tourist focused, and one city which is more focused around the production of raw ore and alloys, etc., to ship to here. That's what we were looking to deliver. Oh good, they are being used, those local delivery ones. That's good news. That's good to know. Here he comes. Yeah, we are shipping out processors like they're going out of fashion. Excellent. We're at 74,000 again in terms of people. So we've sort of built ourselves back up. I think that looks really smashing. How are you doing anyway? How many visitors? You made 11,000 today. Oh, you actually make a profit from this then, do you? Tourists too. We have to look at that at some point as well, in terms of how all that works. But anyway, we'll do that in another episode. But there we go, New Seattle starting to look more and more futuristic, more and more city-like. If you've liked this episode, please remember to leave a like. It does give me a little boost to know that people are looking at them and they're enjoying them. If you've got any comments or suggestions, anything you want to say, let me know down there. Really pleased to hear from you. Next time when we come back, I think we're going to need to have a little look at the university and try and boost those numbers up and get our education levels and do all that sort of stuff, as well as looking potentially at trying to sort out some of this transit problems that we have around here. But you know what, I think we're pretty full on most of the things, including our park and rides, so we'll have to have a look at these things next time. But for this time, you take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon.